Okay, so welcome to the tier list ranking. So we do have a list of 100 ultimate video game protagonists. We're gonna rank who is going to make the best spouse. Some of these characters I might not know, but I'll do my absolute best to explain my reasoning behind my decisions. So first things first, Marth from Fire Emblem. So I do know who Marth is. I don't know what kind of spouse they have been in the past. The only thing I really know about Marth is that his daughter time traveled from the future to come and help him fight off some crazy evil. And I think there's got to be a lot of love between father and daughter for a daughter to, give up her pre-existing life to time travel, come back and probably make some babies with his best friend. So I'm going to say A tier. A tier for Marth. Good relationship with his daughter, so hopefully a good relationship with his wife. So we have Pit here from Kid Icarus. I don't know how old Pit is, but Kid Icarus is kind of in the name. I think that there are certain implications there. So I'm going to say Pit would make an F tier spouse. You would probably go to prison. Next up, we have the Wii Fit trainer. Uh, yeah, I mean she's always rooting for you. She will support you through thick and thin. She's always trying to help you succeed in life, get in better shape, get fit. And I mean, look at her. She's picture perfect, if you ask me. I do realise that might have some implications. It's not because of the colour of her. We'll move on. So we have Little Mac here from Punch Out. He's strong. He punches really hard. Lore. I don't know the lore behind Little Mac, but I know that he's a great fighter. He's not the most consistent lover. C tier. Orange Octopus Inkling from Squid Game. I would nestle her solidly in the F tier. I think she is also a child. Sonic the Hedgehog is an animal. Ai. So Ai again is an animal and a child. So if anything, we might even make a little tier below. Hold on. We might even make a little tier below F if we can. We'll just straight to prison with these guys. Because it's not that they're necessarily going to be bad spouses or lovers. It's just you can don't think about it. So next up we have Bayonetta. Now Bayonetta is she's a very strong, independent woman. She can fight, keep the forces of heaven and hell at bay, and she's got a very nice figure. Personality-wise, would she make a good spouse? I don't necessarily think so. I don't think I can't remember if there is romance in the Bayonetta games. I think there's maybe a lot of arguments over whether she should be with the guy or the lady. I'm going to put her in B tier because even if she has the worst personality in the world, she's still, the fucking queen. So knights, I think Mario's quite an interesting. He's quite an interesting character. Um, as far as spouses go, would he make a good spouse? I mean, he knows how to plumb. He's very loyal. The problem is we never really get to see him showcased as a spouse because he's always being rejected in favor of the big lizard guy. So I think Mario has a lot of potential as a spouse. I'm not going to give him an S tier. I think A tier, um, low A tier, because we haven't seen his full potential, but I believe it's there. This guy, I believe this is Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza. I think a lot of this kind of depends. He's normally the player character, so you can kind of decide whether he's a great spouse or not. I know there's a lot of mini games around In fact, now that I think about it, a lot of the mini games are probably around like escort agencies and visiting those little parlors. Um, I don't know if you can sort of get in a relationship with someone and be consistently good. Would that make him a bad spouse though? It just means he hasn't found the right girl. S tier. Mega Man. So Mega Man is a little bit of a controversial one for me because Mega Man or Rockman in some media he is indeed a Mega Man, and in other media he comes across more as a Mega Boy. Um, I'm thinking straight to prison with this guy. And to be honest, I couldn't even rate him as a spouse. The things that he gets up to on a day-to-day basis, it's yeah, it's not becoming of a good spouse. Ryu from Street Fighter, yeah, he's fine, I'm sure. We're just gonna have to blitz through a few of them because we have 100 guys to list, and however long this video is going to end up being. Dante, S tier. It's Dante. Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil, S tier. Pac-Man does have a wife who loves him. I don't know the lore. Does she love him? Does Miss Pac-Man love her husband? Does he love his wife? Find out next time, folks. I believe this is Jin from Tekken. I haven't played Tekken for a long time. I can't remember the entire lore. All I know is the guy basically turns into the devil. Um, he really gives off some red flags, some maybe light DV vibes, if you know what I mean. Uh, yeah, don't talk back to this guy. I think this is literally Frogger. Straight to prison with this guy. Is this Snake or Big Boss? I don't want to make anyone angry. It's the Metal Gear Solid guy. A tier for sure. He's a solid. He's an operative. B tier. Castlevania guy. Don't know too much about him. Uh, very chiseled jawline, so A tier. Cloud would make a terrible, terrible spouse. He he doesn't have a great memory. He's terrible with women. I think once he kind of crossed the line with it, maybe, but he's still so young and naive. He has no idea what he's doing. I think C tier for Cloud, as bad as that is to say, because he's he's one of the favorites. He's one of my favorites. I love this guy. Donkey Kong sends you straight to jail. Sora from Kingdom Hearts. S tier. He's kind of young, but looking at it from a point of view of this guy and his bond with Kyrie, that's unbreakable. This guy's never going to stray from his relationship. He's literally linked by his heart to everybody he knows. He takes wearing your heart on your sleeve to the next level in some frankly sickening ways. 2B. Crash Bandicoot sends you straight to jail. Spyro the Dragon sends you straight to jail. This kid from Ape Escape sends you straight to jail. This guy's a literal skeleton, but I think he's quite charming, from what I remember or know of him. Quite a charming guy. So, A tier. Jack from Jak and Daxter. I know this guy. From what I remember, like Jak 3, he's like super edgy. He's a bit of an edgelord, maybe not quite mature enough to operate in a relationship. I don't know if maybe there were later entries where he had a love interest. I think F's a little bit harsh. I don't think he's gonna, necessarily punch the lights out of a prospective date. But Ratchet, he has the little raccoon girlfriend, right? Hate it. Fly Fox. sends you straight to prison. Okay, so we have Mr. Okay, we'll do a little zoom out. We have Mr. Kratos from God of War. He has a kid, so he was a spouse to somebody at some point. I know this guy gets around. I know he has he's had his fingers in many different pies, so to speak. Would that make him a bad spouse? No. S tier. Link, the guy is, him and Zelda definitely have a special kind of bond. I think the way it's written in more recent games is they're not necessarily a couple. You know, he's like a guardian, a protector. Maybe there's a little bit of a hint of a relationship there. The problem I have with Link is he cannot speak. All he can do is scream at you. F tier. Who's this guy? Nathan Drake? I haven't played any of the Uncharted games, but I know this guy is... He's like a Riz Lord. Is that what they call it? This guy fucks. S tier. Joel from The Last of Us. So much trauma going on with this guy. He lost his wife, he lost his daughter. I don't think we ever really made him... we never really saw him make another connection in the games that we saw him in. Other than to Ellie, and again, we're not doing Ellie, that's straight to prison territory. Maybe that's right, maybe Joel belongs in prison. Rayman, S tier. Rabbids, straight to prison. Which assassin is this? Is this Ezio Auditore de Firenze? S tier. Banjo, prison. Conker, prison. Master Chief. So I don't know what Master Chief looks like. I don't know if he ever did a face reveal. I think as far as being a good spouse, I mean the guy is always on the road or, in space, as it were, doing his little excursions. So absent father, absent husband, but he's probably still A tier just because he's the fucking chief. Minecraft Steve, F tier lover. I don't know who this guy is. I think maybe is this COD? Is this COD guy? Just COD Black Ops 4 guy? I don't really have an opinion. I'll stick him in the middle, in B. That's fine. Samus from Metroid, S tier. Now, a lot of these S tiers, I've just said they're S tier, I haven't really explained. I don't think many of the S tier lovers need to be explained. Obviously, if you disagree or you would like an additional explanation, feel free to reach out in the comments. I think I'm right on this one. I've got a feeling, guys. It's I just feel like this tier list is unshakably correct. GTA for Nico. He gets up to some crazy stuff with some crazy people. I think he's not a good prospective spouse. You know, you don't want this guy bringing trouble to your door. Yeah, he might have some cash. He might be able to protect you. Kirby is an animal. Star Fox is an animal. Pikachu is an animal. Ness is a child. Captain Falcon. You know what? He's a real hype guy. I'm very tempted to put him in S. But I think his priorities don't lie with cultivating a healthy relationship. Shulk from Xenoblade. There's a lot going on with Shulk. A lot of trauma, a lot of sightseeing. You know, the guy can see into the future. You're not going to cheat on him. But he could also look into the future and make sure that you don't know that he's cheating on you. So Shulk's a tricky one. I'm not saying he is a bad guy, but I'm saying he could be if he wanted to. C tier. We're alongside Cloud. Half-Life. I'm going to put him in Half-Life in the third slot, third position, just to signify Half-Life 3. I heard that's coming out soon. I don't. I'm not familiar with this lady. She looks suspicious. She's going into prison with Joel. Team Fortress guy, big guy, the engineer or the heavy. A tier. He's definitely a generous lover. That's all that really needs to be said about that. I think this is Lara Croft. I think Lara Croft would be S tier. She's, you know, she has everything. She's Lara Croft. I love you. S tier anyway. Virtua Fighter guy. Don't know much about him. C tier. Scorpion. Scorpion would not make a good lover. You know, when he says "get over here," it's not an invitation to a good time. Gears of War Sam. The guy's just so. I just look at him and I just think of the word thud. Maybe the implications of that makes him an S tier in retrospect. Shantae, half junior hero, seems like a child to me. Shovel Knight. He's a mysterious character. He does have a little bit of riz with the Shield Knight, I believe. You know, he's got he's got a little bit of pre-established lore with lovemaking. I'll put him in A tier. Sans, Undertale. I'll upset whoever's watching with wherever I put this guy. So let's move on swiftly. Freddy Fazbear is an animatronic and would cause you a severe injury. Zooming out a little bit more. Cave Story guy, I think is a child. Bomberman guy is an S tier lover. I don't even have a good joke for that. He's not an S tier lover. He is barely even human. We'll put him in C. Kangaroo. This is Croc. This is Gex. This is Earthworm Jim. This is Bubsy. Dragon Quest Hero. All of these are going straight to, well, these guys aren't going to prison other than Joel and whoever the hell this lady is. But if you were to consider one of these people your spouse, then you would probably go to prison. So that's where these guys are going. Chrono is an A tier. He's a hero. He saves the world. Everyone loves him. I think he would be a pretty good spouse. Travis from No More Heroes is an S tier spouse. He'll look after you. Cook your dinner. I feel like this is Lara Croft again. I don't know if there's a difference between these two guys. Maybe it's because I'm not zoomed in enough. I don't know who that is, but it's to me that's Lara Croft again. So she can look herself in the eye and figure it out. Is this just Dragonborn from Skyrim? S tier. Shenmue guy because of Shenmue 3. F tier. This is ToeJam from ToeJam and Earl. This is Blob from Da Blob. Doom guy. He will rip and he will tear until it is done. S tier. Duke Nukem. He thinks he's an S tier. He's a C tier. Pea Shooter. Hold on. A lot of these you kind of have to just go by the picture to help you make a decision. And this is one of those times. Cubert, again, refer to the previous entry. What more is there to think about? Tombi, straight to prison. I'm not super familiar with who this character is. F tier. This is Chibi Robo. I think, you know, when this guy grows up, this guy is nothing but love and affection. I'm gonna give him an A. Cooking Mama is an S tier lover. Alright, we're in the home stretch. There's about 10, 15 more. This guy, I don't know who this guy is. Yes, I do. This is Siegfried from Soul Calibur. He's a little bit deranged. I think C tier is good. I think, you know, he's a good looking guy. He's very special. He can sit in the kind of red flag, blonde, feminine gentleman down here. It's crazy because these three are three of my favorite characters, but you know, they're problematic. Cowboy guy, Red Dead. Gonna say B. I can't really judge. Geralt is indeed an S tier lover. No, he's not necessarily super loyal. We'll stick him in A. Animal Crossing villager. We can't do that. Phoenix Wright, I am happy to place in B. I think he's a good guy. I think he has all the right intentions, but he's always busy with his work. He's always getting himself into trouble and mischief and all these crazy antics. You'd never see the guy. Exactly the same logic applies to Professor Layton. Him and Phoenix Wright are two sides of the same coin, you know? Spider-Man. This guy shoots web. S tier. Batman. I mean, if nothing else, you get with him for the money, right? That is, you know, you wife that guy up immediately. Abe from Abe's Odyssey is going to send you straight to jail. Hatsune Miku is not real, guys. She's a Vocaloid. She's not even a VTuber. Guilty Gear guy. I don't play Guilty Gear, but this guy just, you know, look at the hair, look at the outfit. Other Guilty Gear guy. Look at the hair and the outfit. I don't know who this guy is, but he's holding a gun, and I think he's going to shoot me. Ninja Gaiden, A tier. Twisted Metal Clown Guy, F tier. So here we are, guys. This is the build. The full tier list. Do you agree with it? Feel free to debate me in the comments. As you can see, I have the wheel of names here, which has all of the different categories that I could rate a list of characters on. Whether or not I know them or understand them, we can figure that one out along the way. But look at all this look at all this content that I've got lined up for you guys. So give me some tier lists to rate, and if it gets a few likes, then I'll go ahead and do that. Bye.